بذار خورده عطر بزنیم خوشبو بشیم واسه بچه ها. انگار نفرین کردن این خاک را اجداد ما، تا بوده زاری بوده و تا مانده غم در یاد ما نسل بازی خورده ایم، آتش به غم هامان زدن. شاهان به آتش بازی و نیرنگ استبداد ما، شاهان به آتش بازی و نیرنگ استبداد ما. I have no idea how to play this. Got it only for $3. Someone just was walking down the road and he was like, "Hey, you seem like a guy to buy this sitar. Do you want it?" I was like, "How much?" It was like $3. I was like, "No way." It was like, "Yeah, okay, shoot, yeah, $3. It's just free at this point." So I just got it. I'm not sure if it's really functional that much, but hey, for $3, even if it's not functional, it's just still worth it. So now, سلام، من علیرضام، استاد زبان فارسی شما و امروز میخوایم با هم دیگه ادامه درسمون رو بریم. Hello, I'm your teacher علیرضا and today we are going to continue our lessons into Persian language. So, before we get to today's lesson, we're going to review the things we have learned in the past part. So far, you have learned these syllables. Alif, Be, A, Dal, Mim, Sin, O, and Te. Every syllable in Persian has a name, and the name of the syllables you have learned so far, I'm going to just tell you what they are. So for A, it is Alif. For Be, it's just Be. A doesn't even count as a syllable, it's just a vowel. De is Dal, Me is Mim, Se is Sin. Remember, I have seen that I have taught you before. It is this, Sin. O is not a syllable, Ve is, and Te is just Te. Now, like I said, O is not a syllable. I forgot to mention this in the last video. Ve itself is Ve, like I just said. Ve. It's the English equivalent of V. It is not O. Yes, if it comes in middle of a word, it's like tut, not tavat. But in most cases that is not used as a vowel, it sounds like a V. Just like when I say abr vadast, cloud and hand. Remember I say va, I mean and. The and I said is va. So va is a particle that you use in between words. So far you have learned a, be, a, de, me, se, o, at te. I have made some words from the vowels at hand or syllables at hand that you have learned so far or you can make with these syllables. Like abr that you have learned. But yes, it is sounds as abr, but we write it as abr without the a. Like I said, we don't really write down. And a, e, o that comes onto o, yes, in this book, it shows the vowels, but usually we just count it as alif or just a. Because a itself is a vowel, and whenever another vowel just comes up to it, it changes the sound, but still it counts as alif. So it is ab, and we write it down like this. Now we have dast. Dast. Do you remember what dast meant? Dast means hand. Now a new word that you can say with these syllables. Must. Must. Mim, alif, sin, te. Or me, a, se, te. Must. It means yogurt. So must means yogurt. Now this one. Can you read it yourself? It is very easy. It is sin, alif, sin. Se, a, se. Sauce. Sauce. Okay, no. I'm just playing. Sauce isn't suspicious in English. It means bedbug. It is way worse. If you have experience having bedbugs, it is genuinely like there is something because there is something in your bed and they don't go away. They are just an imposter in your house.
Hell no, man.
So sauce is just bedbug. Now, here we have setam. Setam is a bit of a poetic word. It means oppression, cruelty, violence, and all that. So sin, te, mim, se, tam. And I have written down every vowel that these words have so you could see it. And the only vowels that exist are only a on de in dast and e and a on setam. So setam. It means oppression. Be ma setam kardan. They oppressed us. Now, for O, I couldn't really find a word because O itself is just U. You know, U, like I said in the past part, means he or she. It is genderless. So it is mostly used for that. And another word that you can make for it is oat. Oats, as in offside. Or no, not offside. Oats in football. I'm not really a football guy, so I'm not sure. But oats, you probably know what it is when the ball goes next to the. I don't know. So oh yeah, oats. And another word that I came up with is oranium. 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 What do you guess what uranium means? It has been really hard recently on news and everything. It means uranium. Yeah, hot, right? So yeah, we call it uranium. Now that was for the syllable and some simple words. Now let's get to some verbs, okay? Persian structure of sentences is different from English. English is SVO, or subject, verb, object. Like cloud is blue. Cloud is subject, is the verb, and blue is the object. But in Persian, the written that we go with is SOV. That verb comes at the end, and object comes before the verb and after the subject. So we can say abr obi ast. Abr obi ast. Now, keep that in mind, okay? That's really important. So here are some verbs that you have learned. Asked. Asked means is. And like I said, asked always comes at the end of the sentence. Dad. Dad means gave. If you want to say I gave, you would say dadam. Dadam. You would just add a me at the end of the dot and you say dadam. Now today we have a long lesson on verbs in Persian, so wait for it. We're gonna expand this subject a lot more and teach you everything that you need to know. Trust me, you're gonna learn a lot, and it's really simple. So we have bast. 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 Bast means closed. Closed. And if you add a me at the end of bast, you would say bastam, which would mean I closed. دارد. دارد. دارد means has. Now if you say دارم, delete the د and add a me, you would say دارم, and it means I have. See the pattern here? Remember that. Now here we have دوست. دوسته. دال واو سین ت. دال واو سین ت. د او سه ت. دوست. Dost as a noun means friend, and as a verb it means to like. Okay, so as a noun it means a friend, and as a verb we use it to say I like something. Now the particle dar. Dar. Dar, as you have learned, means in, inside, and also it means door as a noun. Now something that I forgot to mention in the intro was that in this video we have changed the layout, and since this video we're gonna start having reviews as you have seen so far. And the reason that I've changed the layout is because I have seen that every page contains more information now than it had before. So from now on you're gonna focus more on every page instead of focusing on 2 pages at the same time. And the quality of the book isn't really that good either, so we have to zoom a bit more, and right now you can see me a bit more clearly too, so I guess that's a better layout. Now here we are with our new lesson 5, درس 5. مادر. مادر. مادر meant mother. مادر ابر باران. Mother cloud and rain. You know all them. So we're just not gonna waste any time on them. Now let's get to the sentences, and then we're gonna just teach you some verb conjugations. باد آمد. What does that mean? باد آمد means wind came. ابر آمد. Cloud came. آرام آرام باران آمد. آرام means slowly. But when you say آرام آرام, it doesn't make it that it is raining very slowly. No, it doesn't work like that. It isn't like far. Like I said before, دوره دوره دور meant that it is really far. No, it isn't the same. In Persian, we kind of have this habit of saying some words twice in different words because it sounds good, or just a mouth thing. And here آرام آرام means drizzling. So باران آمد, as you know, it means it is raining or rain came, but آرام آرام means it is drizzling rain. Now we have مادر در باران آمد. مادر در باران آمد. Guess what does that mean? Mother در in باران rain آمد came. So مادر در باران آمد. Mother in rain came. Mother in rain came. Now these are the syllables you have learned so far. A, B, A, D, M, C, O, V, T. Va. Now re. Re is the English equivalent of R. So the R sound. Re. Re. Re is the name of it. So re. Okay. Re. This guy is re. Remember that. So abr, boron, and modar, they all have re. Now in this lesson, it is trying to teach you how to make sentences that tells that something has came. So wind came, cloud came, rain came, and mother came. But what if you want to say I came, you came, they came? What if you wanted to say all of that? Is it really that hard? How can we do that? And that is the exact reason I'm here, dude. Don't worry, I'm gonna teach you everything. Here, I have written down everything that you wanted to know. The example verb that I have chose here is آمد, or to came or came. If you wanted to say I came and make it first person, you would just add a me, so plus a meme. Me, you would say آمدم. آمدم. I came. Remember? بستم. خوردم. دارم. You just added one me and it meant you were doing it. So now you want to say you did it, right? For example, you want to tell me I came. So you say آمدی 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 جانم به قربانت ولی حالا چرا. آمدی, you just add a ye and it is just you're saying you came. Now, like I've said before, in Persian, when you want to call out somebody that is third person, they don't really have a gender in Persian. So we don't have she or he, we just have u, amad. Verbs are the same. And for third person, you don't need to add anything. Third person is the base verb. Remember that. So if you wanted to learn a verb, search the base form of it or the third person of it, and then add me, ye, or the other thing that I'm just going to teach you. So remember that. That is really important. The base verb is the third person. Now we have آمدیم. آمدیم. When you want to talk about we as a group, you and your friends or your family, you're just a group of people. You're just not one person, you're few people. And you want to address as we. So you say آمدیم. 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 You add a im here. Yem. Ye و mim. Im. It would sound like im if you add it to any verb. So darim. Im. Okay? Now you have some guests coming in and there are a few people. So you say آمدید. You don't say آمدی because it's not just one person. You say آمدید. Add a de here and you're good to go. آمدید. خوش آمدید. You see خوش آمدید on the entrance of some places like restaurants or airports or some other places. And it means welcome. خوش means well and آمدید means came. Welcome. آمدید. Now for third person, you want to say they came. So you say آمدند. 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 آنها آمدند. آنها آمدند. See, that is really simple. You can do this to every single word, but there are some things that I have to say before that. So far, learn that to make it first person, you say آمدم. To make it second person, you say آمدی, and for third person, it's just the base form. Now, you want to make the plural form of first person. You just add a ye next to the me that you already, you add for when you want to talk about yourself and say آمدیم. And it becomes we came. In here, you want to say you guys came. So you add a de at the end of the آمدی. You say آمدید. And it becomes plural form. Now, for the third person, you do the same as you did for the second person, but you delete the ye and add a ne and becomes آمدند. And you can say they came. It is as easy as this. But there is a catch that I want to teach you with this verb, دارد. دارد. دارد means to have, like I've said. So in this one, you can't just add a me and call it a day. No. You have to delete the last de, like in here. If you don't delete it, it would sound weird. You would say داردم. داردم. That doesn't sound natural and it isn't correct. You would have to delete the de and say دارم. داری. داریم. دارید. و دارند. See, we just added the same thing. But the point was, we had to delete the de. The only one that has it, like I said, is the best one. And even for the third person, when we want to talk really naturally, because we don't really talk like this. Ahmad isn't really how we talk. It is the written form of the Persian language. You would say, اومدم, اومدی, اومد, اومدیم, اومدید, اومدن. We wouldn't even pronounce the de at the end of this one because we just say اومدن. اومدن. The o becomes o. That is for this one. Now for دارم, the written form and the speaking form are the same. So we say دارم, داری, داریم, دارید و دارند. Like I said, for دارند, we kind of delete the de when we are speaking naturally. So you say دارن, دارن. So you would maybe just add a single ne. دارن. دارن. ولی دارید داریده. دارید. You're دارید. Okay? You cannot drop the de here. Only for this one, okay? Don't become creative on your own. Only listen to the notes I give you. And if you had any question, just come and ask me. And the only one that changes is the دارد, because we don't say دارد. We delete the de and we say داره. داره. We add a he. داره. Now, let's say you want to learn a verb. For example, you want to say, I want to eat, but in Persian, right? What do you do? So what do you do here is that you want to go to Google Translate or any other translator, or just ask ChatGPT that you want to know the third person of the verb that you're searching for. For this example, I'm just going to use Google Translate. For eating, you want to say he eats, right? So he eats. It says او غذا میخورد. So you know میخورد is the verb that you're looking for. میخورد is the base verb that you're looking for. Now then, what you do is that you see a de at the end of میخورد. So you might wonder if you're going to delete it or not. So you search again. You say I eat now. So I eat. And you say, oh yeah, میخورم شد. It became میخورم. The de has been cut off. So now you have the base form, and you know if you want to add any of those me or ye or any of that, you have to delete the de. So you write down میخورم, میخوری, میخورد, میخورند, میخورید و میخورند. See, with just two simple searches, you can say every single possible way that you can say a word in Persian. And something else in Persian is that verbs don't have a future tense. We only have past tense and present tense. And sometimes the past tense might be a completely different verb. And like I said, because there is only a present form and past form, a verb can only have up to 12 different forms if it has a past form, right? Because آمدن, I feel like it doesn't really have a past form. رفتن is the past form of آمد. آمد is present and رفتن means past. So آمد doesn't really have a past form. But eating has. میخورم has. But I feel like that is enough for today. Now let's get back to our lesson. I hope you have noted everything that I have told you so far. So we have non. Non. Non means bread. And this is a non-vai. So we have a non-va, which means a baker. We have non, which is bread, and baron is just rain. Now, here's the interesting thing. By just learning the word non, you can also easily learn the word baker and the word bakery, because they are so similar. You just add a va into non, and it becomes non-va, or the baker, the person making the non. And you add a yi into non-va, and it becomes non-vai, and it becomes the place that the bakers bakes the bread. Cool, right? So non توسط non-va در non-vai پخته می شود. Easy, right? You now know these three lessons. So now you know exactly what non-va is, what non-vai is, and what non is. You can go out and buy bread in Iran. Something else that we also call non-va is shater. It's just another name. Don't worry about it. It's a bit harder, so just stick with non-va. Let's get to the sentences. باران نم نم میبارد. باران نم نم میبارد. Now, باران نم نم میبارد is still the same as drizzling rain. It is drizzling rain. Now, nam nam is just a different way to say it, I guess. آرام آرام is slowly. Nam nam is just gently. That is the difference between them. Nam nam is gently. آرام آرام is slowly. Very similar, and it means the same thing when you translate it into English. امین در دست نان دارد. امین در دست نان دارد. Here. امین در دست نان دارد. Easy, right? امین in hand bread has. Amin in hand bread has. Amin has bread in his hand. Now, the new syllable that you are learning in this lesson is noon. Noon. noon, or ne, ne. The English equivalent of it is an. So, noon. In this lesson so far, you have learned re and ne, or and an. Now, we're going to wrap everything up with this poem. The name of this poem is زردالو. Zard means yellow, and alu means plum. But Zerdalo is apricot. Apricots are delicious, and they are a seasonally fruit in Iran. I guess they come in summer, and oh my god, they are delicious. And you know, they are so delicious that Mustafa Rahmandous was like, I have to write a poem about them. So yeah, now here we go. به 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 رنگین است، خوشمزه شیرین است، رویش زرد بیمار است، لبش سرخ تبدار است، مغزش را چون بادام بشکن زود دام دام دام، هم خوشرو هم خوشبو، زرد و سرخ زردالو. به به به. Do you remember when I talked about به به? Is the thing you say whenever you see something very delicious or very beautiful. It's the same. به به به. رنگین است means it's colorful. Rang is color and rangin is colorful. خوشمزه is delicious. شیرین it's sweet. رویش زرد means its face is yellow. بیمار است. Now رویش زرد, whenever we say that, it means someone is sick. So their face is yellow, right? So in here when he says it is sick, it kind of means that. لبش سرخ, his cheeks are red, or its cheeks are red. تبدار است, it has a fever. مغزش را چون بادام. مغزش means his brain, its brain. چون بادام, like an almond. بادام is almond. بشکن زود. بشکن means break. زود means soon or fast. Dum dum dum, it's the sound. Dum dum dum. When you're breaking the almonds. Bum bum bum, dum dum dum. هم خوشرو هم خوشبو. It has a good face and it has a good smell. زرد و سرخ. زرد is yellow, سرخ is red. زردالو, apricots. And yeah, that was the poem. Now for your homework, since we done the lesson 5, you should also just do the lesson 5. Now we have talked about before that this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and now this guy is 5. So this is 5. And this is lesson 5. So whatever page that you see that has this on it, it is lesson 5. And the last page is 54, 5 and 4. You recognize them, right? So write down till this page, 54. Now, before we end this video, if you're really serious about learning a new language like Persian, you should keep learning it every day and reviewing what you have learned every day. It is really important. Reviewing is key. And persistence is also very key. As someone who's learning Japanese, I've been doing it for every single day. Didn't miss a day for like 1,000 days. And now I can understand it. Even a language as hard as Japanese can become easy if you are constantly consuming it and reviewing what you have learned, okay? So don't make anything hard on yourself. Just remember, it's a matter of practice and reviewing. Now, go out there and review and learn. Bye.